So I believe that was one such instant which inspired me a lot in my whole journey. I was going through seeing friendship, and that was the most important memory which is there to me in my whole life. And he called me a vision of the karna hai. If not today, then never.
So from NCC to FSB, you are indeed an inspiration for us.
So who are listening to us so much, they should know that write those things, and I believe that was one such thing.
सपने उनके पूरे होते हैं जिनके सपनों में जान होती है। सिर्फ पंखों से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों से उड़ान होती है। जय हिंद everyone, I am Cadet Soumya Gupta and I would like to welcome you all in NCC Education and Publication. I am a proud NCC cadet. NCC देश का सबसे बड़ा यूनिफॉर्म यूथ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है और NCC का सबसे प्रेस्टिजियस कैंप होता है रिपब्लिक डे कैंप, जो कि दिल्ली में लगता है। इसके साथ ही एक और NCC का प्रेस्टिजियस कैंप होता है, वो होता है यूथ एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम, जिसमें कि कुछ सिलेक्टेड NCC कैडेट्स को अलग अलग देशों में जाकर इंडियन एम्बेसडर बनने का मौका मिलता है। इसके अलावा NCC को सेकंड लाइन ऑफ डिफेंस भी कहते हैं, क्योंकि NCC कैडेट्स में वो जोश और जज्बा होता है कि वो सीमाओं पे जाकर अपने देश की रक्षा के लिए खुद को भी समर्पित कर सकते हैं। आज मैं एक ऐसे ही एक्स NCC कैडेट का स्वागत करती हूँ जिन्होंने रिपब्लिक डे कैंप 2021 में अपनी सक्षमता का प्रदर्शन किया और साथ ही उन्होंने यूथ एक्सचेंज प्रोग्राम 2021 में एज एन इंडियन एम्बेसडर बांग्लादेश में भारत का प्रतिनिधित्व किया। इसके साथ ही वह SSB से 4 बार रिकमेंड हो चुके हैं। So I would like to welcome ex-senior Under Officer Abhi Jain.
Thank you, Soumya, for inviting me, and I would even like to thank the NCC Education and Publication, Brigadier Sanjay Gosar, for inviting me to this platform and giving me a chance to speak up my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, from NCC to FSB, you are indeed an inspiration for us. But what inspires you the most?
When talking about the inspiration here, definitely there are certain aspects in life, we get to know various things when we move forward. And when I was there, part of NCC, first thing which I saw was the discipline and the routine. So I believe that was one such instinct which inspired me a lot in my whole journey. I was going through, I was seeing the disciplinary thing which was there in the officers which were there. So that was the most inspiring thing for me, and that I carried it forward.
Thank you, sir. सर, आपकी पूरी NCC जर्नी में आपकी बेस्ट मेमोरी क्या रही है?
Best memory. Okay, so I'd say that so many instinct था, when I was there for my pre-YP competition which was going on, and at that period of time there was one of the small run. They called it as 2.5 kilometer run, and that was the time of the winter's time. So early morning at 6 a.m. we were supposed to go for a run, and we were even out of practice for running and all, because we were just doing drills and all at that period of time. It was coming after the RTC time. So at that period of time, there was one instant of friendship which we call the true brotherhood. So that was one such memory. Now relating it to the peak 5 time, so that run was there. I completed around 2 kilometers was done, and just there for around 500 meters were left, and I was just out of my breath. That was the thing. मतलब सांस ही नहीं आ रही थी. I was just struggling with it. And there is one of my friend. So at that period of time, I felt like this is true friendship, and that was the most important memory which is there with me in my whole life. And he called me कि vision अब तेरे को करना है. If not today, then never. And I believe like from there instant, he helped me to clear that stage, that helped me to clear YP, and successfully I gained confidence from those incidents, because they are small things which happens in life, right? So that thing helped me to, I believe, to get recommended from the SSB also. That was one of the precious moments for me.
So the spirit of brotherhood.
Right.
सर, एक कोई प्रीशियस चीज़ बताइए जो आपको NCC ने दी है, और कोई एक प्रीशियस चीज़ जो आप NCC को या अपने जूनियर कैडेट को दे कर गए हैं, बट सिंगल वर्ड में।
Okay. Brotherhood, I can say that is the one word thing which I have got from NCC, and I believe I gave this tripod.
Yes, sir, you gave us.
So that can be one word I can say.
Yes, sir. Sir, but apart jokes, that one thing that we got from you is legacy, because legacy सिर्फ अपने seniors से मिल सकती है।
Right, that is even there.
Yes, sir. सर, आपके बेसिक प्रिंसिपल्स क्या रहे थ्रू योर जर्नी, NCC में भी SSB में भी, आपकी आइडियोलॉजी क्या रही है जो हमेशा आपके साथ हो?
We were talking about ideology. See, these are for the listeners also who are listening to us. So ideology, if we talk about, definitely there should be always one thought that should be there in your mind while we are going forward our own journey. whether be part of defense forces or other thing. Like, what do you want in your life? That is the main thing. And if you want a defense as one such thing, then the bedrock is discipline. Right? The bedrock is the discipline, the routine, and those things. So you should be morally truthful towards yourself. If you are doing the things which you want to do, routine, the time management, all those things, if you are doing it, just be truthful to do it. Yes, you are doing it. Don't be complacent towards those things. I'm just in the sake of showing it to the other people I'm doing it, but beneath my heart, I know I'm not doing it. That shouldn't be there. That was my ideology throughout my whole journey, being truthful for myself. I was knowing if I was being complacent, I usually used to write diary and something. So I used to write here, yeah, I was complacent this day, and I could have improved a lot. So that thing helped me a lot in the whole journey. And I used to write those small instances wherever you are wrong, wherever you speak wrong things to other people, you shouldn't have been there. So those are some of the instances I believe I was truthful to myself, and that helped me a lot. That was there.
और सर आपने हमेशा ही अपने गोल्स पे इतना फोकस किया, बट क्या आपका कभी कोई प्लान बी रहा है? अगर आप यहाँ नहीं होते तो कहाँ होते? डिड यू एवर इमेजिन?
Well, yes, plan भी there मतलब कि it's something like that कि you need to be always sure about कि एक ना एक तो plan भी रखना पड़ेगा, because the defense force is something कि you never know what the thing is going to be, because however wealthy person you are, you won't be going forward for all the medical checks that have been applicable, because I was having an idea to go forward for the Indian Air Force, to go forward for the fighter flying and all this thing. So I was having an aim कि if I need to go forward with the flying, I need to be physically fit. That was one such thing, but I couldn't get the medical. So my aim was कि if I was not able to get into the defense forces, so I have done the mechanical engineering. So I have the plan to do my career there for itself. So that was something that I kept like a plan B. I was doing KT and all this designing aspect. But yes, I kept a certain aspect in my mind. If not defense forces, but this would be a thing which I'll go forward with. ओके सर, थैंक यू। सर आप एनसीसी में आने के बाद क्या आपका कोई पर्सपेक्टिव चेंज हुआ है लाइफ को लेके, और अगर आपके पर्सपेक्टिव चेंज है तो उनमें मेजर चेंजेस क्या रहे हैं? पर्सपेक्टिव, yes, यार, lot of changes have been there, like कि हम पर्सपेक्टिव की बात करें तो when I wasn't part of NCC, तो NCC came in my life like around main NCC came in college times in 2019 when I joined my mechanical engineering college. So at that period of time I joined my first year. वहाँ से there was a drastic change in my personality also, because the first thing I was creating a foundation for the whole NCC of UIT RGPV. So at that period of time, the first thing was I need to explore myself, because I wasn't knowing what my real capability is. At that period of time, I was exploring, but I was in vulnerable. So that was one such thing I need to keep in mind. Okay, so if I'm doing these things, I need to make sure that I'm creating a good bedrock for the upcoming generation of children who will be coming, the candidates, right? So that was one such thing in my mind. I need to be focused about, and that's what I was going forward with. Okay, sir. अब तक आप कितने बार SSB दे चुके हैं? I have given like around 10 SSB attempts I have given. And cleared 4. Right. So in my last 4 attempts, I got recommended, and the initial previous 6, one was screen out and the 5 were compressed out. वैसे कभी आपने एनालाइज किया कि जो आपके प्रीवियस 6 अटेम्प्ट थे जो क्लियर नहीं हुए, तो उसमें ऐसा क्या रीज़न था कि वो क्लियर नहीं हो पाए, और उसके बाद जो 4 अटेम्प्ट्स आपने क्लियर किए, तो उसमें ऐसी क्या चीज़ थी जिसकी वजह से आप सिलेक्ट हुए? मतलब ऐसा रहता है ना, जैसे कि लाइफ में यू गो मोर ऑफ लाइक जस्ट नॉर्मली गो फॉरवर्ड, बिकॉज वी एज अ कैंडिडेट व्हाट वी थिंक इज कि व्हेन वी आर डूइंग ग्रेजुएशन, है ना, हम बाकी का स्कूलिंग भी कर रहे हैं, तो वी थिंक आवर पेरेंट्स आर देयर फीडिंग अस, दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग अस द मनी एंड ऑल दोस, सो वी डोंट टेक द रिस्पांसिबिलिटी नाउ। वेल, आई वाज ऑलवेज अ डे स्कॉलर, so for me there wasn't any kind of a thing which I need to do for myself. If you are a hostel, you need to balance your money which is being sent to you, you need to balance your groceries which are being there, you need to balance your many more things. But being a day scholar, you don't need to manage those things, right? So that was one such thing I wasn't practically implying, because if I talk about SSB or armed forces, you need to be self-reliant, you need to be independent within yourself. So when I went forward, so like after my graduation itself, I went for this job. So I was doing it 2 years. So there itself, when I lived there as a hostelite life, there I got to know what is responsibility, what is if we talk about time management, what is the organizing ability. Those things helped me a lot in SSB attempts, and I believe like that was some of the changes which helped me to get recommended. Right. ओके सर। सर आपकी इस पूरी जर्नी में आपको सबसे ज़्यादा सपोर्ट किसने किया? Well, I'm really thankful for my mother for this. I know this may sound cliche, but yes, my mother has been greatly thankful to to be thanked for, because she always supported me. Like in my early career, if I talk about, I started with fencing. I used to play fencing in my school times. Then I used to get out in the initial rounds itself, and I went for my state. I made a field attempt. I went for my national. I made a field attempt. But my mother always had a belief in herself. Ki, yeah, she has got a good child and he'll do something good in life. So that was there. And when I was going through my these SSB attempts also, na, so that thing was there. Like I got a screen on my first attempt. I went to Visakhapatnam. I went there and just chilled. I went to RKB, so I went there. My father was called me and he told me like, you मेरे को लेके नहीं गया और तू enjoy कर रहा है वहाँ पे. तो मैंने कहा I came for this SSB, but on the second note he told me यार कि क्या हो गया, क्यों बाहर हो गया, this has been going regularly with you, fencing में भी कुछ नहीं कर रहा है और यहाँ पे भी कुछ नहीं हुआ, you got out. So my mother told me at that point of time कि यार कि हो जाएगा, don't worry. And I believe like for a child, if there is a one person who is always supportive for you, I believe that is the role model also, who always guide you in every attempt. And when I was even getting confidence out again and again, I believe she was the one who supported me a lot. So I would like to really thank her, and I believe like she's a kind of an idol for me in a persona way, who always helped me a lot.
Okay, sir. So, could you share some strategy or experience that helped you to maintain a balance between your career and your personal relationships?
It's a tough question in personal relationship, right? So, well, if we talk about the professional and personal life, so definitely like the initial aspect I was talking about, ki what is your goal after all? If you are determined for something, then you need to sacrifice something in life, right? So, my initial sacrifice was my personal relationship, I will say, because I know that I wanted to achieve something, and one way or the other way, definitely different people have different perspective. You must have a different perspective in regard of this thing. I do have a perspective ki it's a kind of distraction for me at this period of time, because everybody wants time, right? Even my parents want time, my friends want time, right? And that's what the understanding you have. Because what about my family, they have given me a born, right? They have born me there. So they have upbringing me, they know me, right? Ki what are my hidden weaknesses and all those things, how angry I get on these aspects. So they know how to maintain those things. But if I talk about the other aspects which are being there, the friends or the other relationships which you talk about, those are the initial points, right? Where this is not been expected. You can't expect ki this much maturity will be there. So that's why I tried to stay away from those things. I wanted my career to get established first, and then there's a lot more life there. You can go. So that was something. I think I was more focused towards my professional career rather than personally in regard of the relationship aspect. But yes, I was connected to my family, to my friends, and I was managing those things. Okay, sir. सर आप हमेशा ही मल्टीटास्किंग रहे हैं, आपने काफ़ी अलग अलग चीज़ों में पार्टिसिपेट किया, तो आप अपना टाइम कैसे मैनेज करते थे इस सब के बीच? Well, that's the tough thing, because जैसे मैं आपको बताया right कि I was doing this diary writing thing. So I believe even to the viewers who are listening to us, who are watching us, they should know that कि if you do this diary writing, if you do journalism, any kind of an activity, which is the writing activity which is there, so that helps you a lot, because in your confusion time when you are like in a dilemma, you don't know what to go forward, what to not go forward. So then you can write those things, and I believe that was one such thing I was doing. I was writing and I was listening to my thoughts. You know, ki what is there, because when we write down those thoughts, we get an idea. Ki, okay, what is the major hindrance to us? And I believe that was one such thing that helped me to take it forward and these things. So writing thoughts help in overthinking, right, or solving problems. Right. That is. I'll even tell you one thing. Like this wasn't my pure thing, right? So I have got these female friends. So I went for RDC, I went for YP. So I do have female friends. So when I used to talk to her, so I told them, yeah, this thing is not working. I'm not getting experience. I'm not getting recommended. So they suggested me, yeah, कि Abhi, you can try this thing. So I basically I give credit to them. Yeah, कि they helped me a lot in this thing to adapt this habit of diary writing. And from them itself, I started this thing. Yeah, I asked from them. They told me, okay, we should try with this new thing. Okay, let's try and explore. So that helped me a lot. And I believe like while I was going to the job also, so that helped me a lot in that. I used to write and write down my thoughts and ideas. And then it helped me to get recommended also, I believe. So what are the three things that define you? Oh, three things, like in one word or in a statement kind of thing? So you can give a statement or single three words. Okay. Firstly, we are talking a lot about the determination. So I'll say determination is this thing. Then a self belief, I will say, because self belief has always helped me to build a confidence in me. So I'll say self belief. And third thing I'll say is a passion to attain your goal. I believe that is the third thing which will define me.
सर आपकी कोई ऐसी क्वालिटी है आपके बॉडी जो आपको लगता है कि आपको सबसे अलग बनाती है?
Well, don't I say charming? So I believe that can be my personality. My personality can be one such thing which makes me different from the individual. Okay, yes, sir. I believe that is.
सर आपने इनिशियली लाइफ में सोचा होगा कि आपको क्या करना है आगे जाके, बट थिंग्स वैसे वर्कआउट नहीं करती जैसे हम हमेशा सोचते हैं। तो आपने इनिशियली अपनी लाइफ में क्या करने का सोचा था और उसमें आज क्या-क्या चेंजेस आए जहाँ पे आप हैं?
Right. So if I talk about initial stages, like from the early childhood, I wasn't having this Indian background and all. So the NCC came in my life. I got to know about these aspects. So from there itself, I was totally blank. कि करना क्या करे तो future life में. But then I moved forward this NCC thing. So I want to know कि okay, so this is one such life where I can shoot in and I can have a good career ahead. And from there itself, when I went forward for this SSB, I got to know like कि flying is one such thing which I can do in my life at any period of time. And from there itself, I got an idea. That, okay, so if I need to do something, that is the flying, and that is to be fighter pilot or something like that. So from there itself, I got the passion for the flying. And from there itself, I started my preparation. I went forward for all the opportunities which were there alongside with me. And successfully, I believe like I have got the standing opportunity as a Navy pilot. So truly believe that with my hard work, I would be able to achieve that thing.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सो मच सर। आपको हमारे व्यूअर्स के साथ कुछ शेयर करना है, कुछ एडवाइस आप देना चाहेंगे आने वाले यंग एनसीसी कैडेट्स के लिए?